We have to trust the process. We have to trust ourselves. We got to trust God. We have to trust the work that we're putting in order to be the best version of ourselves, man. Like the work that you're putting in today, you got to trust that that's going to pay off tomorrow. And you don't know how it's going to pay off, right? You might be doing something and you don't want to do it because you don't know what it's going to lead up to, but it's part of your story. It's part of who you are. It's part of your origin story, your beginnings, your humble beginnings.
And when I say I don't have no friends, I'm not saying like, oh, I choose not to have friends. I think I just don't gravitate towards the wrong crowd because the crowd of friends I was hanging around didn't go down the path I wanted to go down.
It really is that damn phone. You know it, everybody knows it. Many people don't want to admit it, but everybody knows it.
Sadness is a perceived lack of options. It's why it feels like hopelessness, because you don't know what to do. You don't know what options are available. You see none, which is why it feels like there's no way out. Anxiety is many options, but no priorities.
Like, you're a fucking asshole, dude. You're an asshole. You murdered yourself. You murdered yourself. You killed someone. That person happened to be you, but you couldn't even show up for yourself. I'm sorry.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I know how hard it is to take care of ourselves. You know, I know how hard it is to take care of ourselves. I know that for me, I never wanted to take care of myself because if I took care of myself, then I was doing somebody else's job. Instead, I just always wanted to show you how much I was hurting.
I lived in a one-bedroom, pretty much studio apartment. I had a TV, I had cable, but I was living like Rocky Balboa, which there's nothing wrong like that. But they didn't put you on this planet just to give up.
It's really useful to investigate the viewpoints of people who have opposing views to yours. Because they'll tell you things, not only will they tell you things you don't know, they'll also tell you how to see the world in ways that you don't see it.
Are you actually saying what you want to say? And are you actually doing what you want to do?
I'm doing what makes me happy in the moment. So, you know, it can't really be taken away. And it can't ever stop. And I think that's sort of the answer a lot of people try to look for. Is no longer expecting, you know, things to make you happy. But, you know, you to make yourself happy and then experience those things. I feel like a lot of things lose their beauty. A lot of life loses its life in our inability to be ourselves in the moment. If you're angry, you go to a museum, you're probably not going to appreciate the art.
Look at, you're useless, easily hurt, easily killed. Why should you have any self-respect? That's the story of the fall. Pick something up and carry it. Make it heavy enough so that you can think, yeah, well, useless as I am, at least I could move that from there to there.
It's so weird how my life changed when I started taking little turns to taking care of myself. Just little things.
If something is trying to leave your life, if there's an old cycle that is trying to close, don't force it to stay open. It's when we do this that we really create our own mental prisons. It's when we allow suffering into our lives.
You got to trust that process. You know, where you're at today, never judge a man by that. Never judge a man by where he stands. Never even judge yourself by where you stand. Judge yourself off of where you're going, off of who you want to be, off of the direction that you're going into, off of the man that you know that you can become. We live in a world, brother, that a lot of people, they don't believe in themselves anymore. They're not trusting the process.
When you work on yourself, Lee, it's fucking tremendous. It is tremendous because you pour more into the other parts. Listen, when you're cheating yourself somewhere, you're cutting yourself short in other avenues of your life.
You know, there's times in life we get to the place where we're like, I'm just not in a good place, but we can't figure out why. And sometimes we think, you know, I think I'm depressed. And sometimes we feel hopeless. Sometimes we feel helpless. And we don't know what to do. You know, I think a lot of times where we get to a place that's not a good place, it turns out it's exhaustion.